I would now like to turn your attention to our KECOP or our Kenya project. At the beginning of this presentation, I mentioned that we would be focusing on a new innovation that KECOP is currently testing. This innovation is in the area of income-generating activities. In Kenya, we have two issues at play. One is that women are often limited in the amount of funds they're able to bring into their household. Oftentimes, they are at home caring for the children, and with the land that they have, they use that land to produce cash crops such as tea or coffee, which they then sell to a bigger company for a very small amount of money. The second issue is around savings and loans. When only a small amount of money is coming into a household each month, families often find it difficult to save that money instead of spending it on needed items. Even money used to purchase small treats during the month is not really seen as having any other potential. On top of this, it's really difficult to get a loan in Kenya. And when you are able to get a loan, you are often paying exorbitant amounts of interest on that loan, making it difficult or really just not a wise option for families. KECOP's first experience with income-generating activities happened almost by accident. One of our core care group lessons is on kitchen gardens, which stress how growing vegetables to eat is cheaper than buying them from the market and also offers the opportunity to raise money or funds for your household by selling those vegetables in the market or to your neighbors. After our care group lesson, we started seeing kitchen gardens popping up throughout our project. Instead of using the land for cash crops, we saw that mothers were using their land to grow nutritious vegetables for themselves, their children, and to sell in the market. Noting this, KECOP worked with our health promoters and our community health volunteers to do learning exchange visits between catchments and communities where mothers could learn about what other mothers were doing and the vegetables they were growing. You can see that here on the picture on the left. On the right, you see another KECOP garden where she has proudly put KECOP project next to her kitchen garden. Next, we have the Health Promoter Poultry Farm. Each month, our health promoters receive a stipend of around $20. The health promoters got together and pooled their money, purchased some animals, and negotiated with their neighbors to get some land donated for their project. Now they have a functioning poultry farm, and at the end of the year, they sell off the extra animals and split the earnings. We are hopeful that we can replicate poultry farms like this in other areas of our project. Now, looking at the area of savings and loans, KECOP is using two methods to help their community partners save money and avoid high-interest loans from banks. The first one is a merry-go-round revolving fund. So I mentioned earlier that each of our health promoters receive a $20 a month stipend. That is the same for our community health volunteers. The community health volunteers get in groups, and each month they contribute a small part of their stipend to the group. All of the funds contributed that month then go to one member. This enables them to make larger purchases that they might not have been able to afford on their usual monthly stipend. The member who receives the funds rotates each month, and so by the end of the year, each member has benefited from the merry-go-round revolving fund. Lastly, the Community Health Volunteers has set up a table banking system. This allows members access to funds throughout the year without having to ask for a loan, and it also helps them benefit from the interest that is gained off their own table banking service. So the way table banking works is that all members contribute around $20 at the beginning of the year. Members can then borrow the funds throughout the year and return funds then at the end of each month with interest. At the end of the year, the funds are equally redistributed to those who participated, with the disbursements being larger than their original contribution. Looking towards the future, KECOP is currently looking at how income-generating activities can be used to support ongoing activities. Specifically, they're looking at how the income-generating activities can be integrated into the community-based youth-friendly services center. Are there activities that we can host at the center that not only help bring people in the door, but also help sustain the center for the long term? We are already testing out one of these ideas by purchasing a pool table that's housed at the center. There, youth can come and play pool for less than they would at other locations, and while they're there, they can learn about sexual and reproductive health. We are also looking at hosting viewing events for sports events and possibly selling refreshments like soda and juice directly from our center to the community.